Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech Weekend Edition. This week, it really felt like all the different pieces on the tech chessboard just started moving at once. We're talking major leaps in AI, game-changing hardware reveals, and some really big moves in smart devices. Now, on their own, each of these stories is pretty fascinating. But when you put them all together, they start to paint this incredible picture of convergence, a moment where all these separate trends are finally starting to connect, and they're all pointing towards the next massive shift in how we use technology. So, in this explainer, we're going to connect the dots across 5 huge stories. First, we'll look at AI agents that can actually do stuff for you. Then, we'll check out the new silicon brains that are going to power them. From there, we'll dive right into the battle for the next computing interface. Yep, our faces. We'll also see how our homes are finally getting unified, and then we'll wrap it all up with the massive trillion-dollar upgrade cycle that's driving this whole thing. Okay, let's get into it. All right, first up, we're seeing a fundamental change in what an AI assistant even is. We're moving way beyond AI that just answers your questions. Now we're talking about AI that actually takes action. Google has just pulled the curtain back on a new model that can literally see what's on your screen and operate it, just like you would. And this is it, Gemini 2.5 computer use. Now, this isn't just another chatbot. It's a highly specialized AI that's been trained for one specific incredible task, controlling a user interface. So instead of needing complicated code and APIs to talk to an app, it just looks at the screen, it understands the buttons, the menus, the text boxes, and then it decides what to do next. It can literally see and it can do. And how it works is just this fascinating little feedback loop. It's not a one-and-done command. So you give the AI a goal, right? Something like, hey, book a table at that new Italian place, and you give it a screenshot. The AI looks at it and sends back a command, like click these coordinates. Your computer does it. And then, here's the clever part, it takes a new screenshot of what happened and sends it back to the AI. This loop just keeps going, with the AI reacting to what's happening on screen until the whole task is finished. And this isn't just some theory in a lab. It's already showing absolutely incredible performance out in the wild. Developers like Poki.com, who build AI assistants for a living, are saying it's not just a little better, it's a massive leap forward. We're talking up to 50% faster than the next best thing they've even tested. And that speed is so critical for making these AI agents feel genuinely helpful, instead of slow and clunky. So what does this all really mean? Well, it means we're witnessing the birth of the true AI agent. This is the technology that can finally automate all those tedious workflows, handle filling out complex forms across different websites, and even help test new software by just trying to use it. This is a huge step toward an AI that truly works alongside you, not just for you. Okay, so you have this amazing AI agent software, but for it to actually live on your computer, it's going to need a seriously powerful brain. And this week, wouldn't you know it, Intel showed us exactly that, the hardware that's going to make this kind of on-device AI a reality for millions of us. Everybody meet Panther Lake. That's the code name for Intel's next-gen Core Ultra Series 3 chips. And they are a huge deal for a couple of reasons. First, the performance jump is just massive. And second, these are the very first processors to be built on Intel's 18A process, which happens to be the most advanced semiconductor tech ever developed and manufactured right here in the United States. And when I say the performance leap is massive, I mean it. Intel is talking about a CPU performance boost of more than 50%, plus a 50% jump in graphics speed. But the real star of the show here is the NPU, the Neural Processing Unit. It's capable of 180 TOPS. Now, TOP stands for trillion operations per second, and that's the key number for AI performance. A high TOPS number means the chip can handle really complex AI tasks, like running that AI agent we just saw, locally, without having to send all your data to the cloud. And that is why this matters so much. For years, powerful AI has been locked away in these giant data centers. With chips like Panther Lake, that power is moving directly onto your device. This means your next PC is going to be able to run those AI agents instantly, and it can do it without sending your personal screen data across the internet. It's a huge win for speed, for sure, but it's an even bigger win for privacy. So we've got the AI agent software, we've got the powerful on-device hardware, but where are we actually going to interact with all this stuff? Well, the next battleground isn't for your desk or your pocket, it's for your face. The race to define the next major computing platform is officially on, and it is heating up. Reports this week confirmed that Apple is making a really big strategic pivot. Look, the Vision Pro was an incredible piece of technology, no doubt. But let's be real, it's also a heavy, expensive, and totally enclosed headset. Apple seems to recognize now that the near-term future probably isn't there, but in lighter, much more accessible smart glasses. Something you could actually wear all day for hands-free notifications, calls, and maybe snapping a few photos. And the competition is absolutely showing up in force. Leaks this week gave us our first really detailed look at Samsung's upcoming Galaxy XR headset. On paper, it's a direct shot at the Vision Pro. Similar 4K displays, even more pixels. But look at that one key spec: weight. At a rumored 545 grams, it's significantly lighter than the Vision Pro. And for anyone who's worn a headset for more than, say, 30 minutes, you know that is a complete game changer for comfort. So what's the crucial point here? This isn't just about gaming or some niche apps anymore. This is a high-stakes war between the biggest tech companies in the world to create and to own the platform that comes after the smartphone. And for the very first time, it looks like Apple has a serious high-end competitor in this space. Now, while this war for our faces is raging on, a completely different battle inside our homes is, believe it or not, finally coming to an end. For years, the smart home has been this fragmented, confusing mess of competing standards and apps that don't talk to each other. Well, that's finally changing. The solution is a standard called Matter. And the easiest way to think about it is like a universal language for all your smart devices. It's not a new brand, it's not a new Wi-Fi, it's just a set of rules that companies like Apple, Google, Amazon, and literally hundreds of others have all agreed to follow. It means a Matter-certified light bulb will just work with any Matter-certified controller, period. It's also built to be local first, so your stuff works even if the internet goes down, and it has strong security baked right in from the start. And because of this new unified foundation, we're seeing this explosion of innovation. The top trends for 2025 are all about intelligence. We're talking security systems that use AI to tell the difference between your pet and a person, so no more false alarms, video doorbells that actually know when a package arrives. All of this just becomes so much easier to build when every single device can speak the same language. So the big takeaway here is that we are at the end of the smart home's walled gardens. You're no longer locked into one company's ecosystem. Your home is finally transforming from just a box of disconnected gadgets into a truly integrated and intelligent system that just works, securely and seamlessly. Okay, now let's zoom all the way out. We've seen the new AI agents, we've seen the powerful hardware to run them, the next-gen interfaces, and the newly unified smart home. All this is converging to drive one of the biggest consumer upgrade cycles we have ever seen. According to a brand new report from the market intelligence firm NIQ, global consumer tech sales are forecast to hit an absolutely astounding $1.29 trillion in 2025. I mean, just think about that number. It represents this massive wave of consumer spending that is powering all of the innovation we've been talking about. So where is all that money going? Well, the report breaks it down into 4 key areas. We're seeing more and more people choose expensive, premium smartphones. Health tech and wearables just continue to explode. The demand for immersive home and gaming experiences is growing. And crucially, a massive replacement cycle for workspace tech is happening right now, as all those laptops people bought back in 2020 are now due for an upgrade. And you can see just how predictable that hardware upgrade cycle really is. I mean, just look at Apple's release schedule. For the last several years, October has been a major launch window for new Macs and iPads, like clockwork. This history adds a whole lot of weight to the rumors that we're about to see the next generation, the M5 chip, very, very soon, fueling that trillion-dollar replacement cycle. And that's the real takeaway here. All of these trends are feeding each other. The promise of powerful on-device AI and these exciting new interfaces like smart glasses is finally giving people a compelling reason to upgrade their hardware. And that, in turn, funds all the R&D for the next wave of innovation. It's this massive, self-sustaining cycle, and it is happening right now. Which brings us right to our final big question. When you connect all these dots, when you have AI that can act in the world, hardware that's powerful enough to think on its own, unified ecosystems in our homes, and interfaces that we can literally wear on our faces, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for the smartphone era and catching the very first glimpse of whatever it is that comes next? If you enjoyed this explainer, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.